Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brian here. I hope everyone's having a nice night. So I'm making this video, sort of a small little tribute, and just want to say in this video, I'm gonna talk about Doug West. Doug West, you don't know who he was. He's the father of Bridget West, who's the wife of Kid Behind the Camera, or the girlfriend of Kid Behind the Camera, and the daughter-in-law of AGP on Kid Behind the Camera, Angry Grandpa's daughter-in-law. Doug West was her father. He had his own YouTube channel too. I also believe that he was on Rumble. You know, this guy, Doug West. I just want to say before we start, rest in peace, Doug. Doug West died, I believe yesterday. And so Doug was introduced on the Kid Behind the Camera channel when they did the prank against Angry Grandpa. About that his Michael's mom had cheated on Grandpa Tina, not Angry Tina. Kid Behind the Camera's mom, Tina, the Tina Green, had cheated on Angry Grandpa Charles. He cheated on him many years ago. Oh, and they pranked it that Doug was his biological father. It was a prank. And Grandpa was freaking out saying child support. That was the first time he was introduced in the channel. Then he ended up being on the channel a lot. He was on the channel a lot, especially in Grandpa's later years. I mean, him and Grandpa were buddies. Um, Doug West was on the channel a lot. For funny things, they pranked him a couple times. He was on the channel during the one video with Angry Grandpa. Angry Grandpa was playing, I think, Friday the 13th. Or no, he was playing a video game, and Doug came in wearing a pig mask with a chainsaw, and they ended up pranking Doug. Because Grandpa pretended like he had a heart attack and died. I think it was a heart attack, a stroke or something. It was funny. Doug was one of my favorite Angry Grandpa characters. I don't want to say characters because these are real people, but you know, Doug and Tina are probably my, second favorite next to Grandpa himself. Grandpa is always going to be my favorite person on the show because the channel is about him. But he was a good person. You know, in the past 5 years or so, I know that him and Bridget and Michael they had a bit of a falling out. I don't know the exact story. I'm not going to get into that on here, but I just know that they haven't been talking. I know they talked occasionally, but they just disagreed a lot. They weren't talking. And I just want to say rest in peace, Doug. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure how old Doug was. I'm assuming he was in his 60s, or maybe late 50s. I mean, Bridget is what, in her mid 30s. So I just want to say rest in peace, Doug. I hope you've made peace with God, and I hope you're out of pain and misery. Doug's no longer in pain. I know that he made a few videos on his channel, and they talked about this on Kid Behind the Camera's channel that he had been on life support and he had been in and out of the hospitals for problems. In all honesty, I used to think that when they used to say Doug's on life support, I thought that was like a prank, but no, it was true. He did a live stream probably 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even 6 months ago on his YouTube channel. And I think he was on Rumble too, and he was in the actual hospital on oxygen and everything. So he had some health problems going on. I believe he had a heart attack. I found out about this today. My friend messaged me, and I went on Kid Behind the Camera's channel. I watched the video. It's devastating. I Bridget wasn't talking to him at the time. They were mad at each other, but she still loved him. Despite them not getting along, she still sent him $1,600. She still loved him, and I've had family members that have done nasty stuff to me, but I'd still feel bad if they go away. This is a prime example of if you're fighting with somebody in your family or your friends, or especially family, but friends too, make up with them. Even if they've done you dirty, said lies about you, said stuff, forgive them. Now I know Michael was really mad because Doug said his father was a child molester, I think Doug was wrong for that. But rather you were a fan of Doug, or you didn't like what Doug happened, or you were on Team Doug or Team Kid Behind the Camera, whatever. I don't buy into that team crap. I like them both. I respect them both. This is still a human life that was lost. This is someone's father. This is someone's grandfather. I wish that Michael and them could have made up so he could have met his grandchild, old Mia, and his grandson, or his granddaughter Mia, and his grandson Michael Jr. But I just want to say, if you have a family member or a friend that you're not talking to, even if they've forgive them. Even if they've said terrible things about you, if they've stolen from you or treated you horribly over the years, or spread lies about you, forgive them. Because one day you might wake up and that person may have had a stroke in the hospital and died, or you might have found out they committed suicide, or you might have found out they had cancer, or they were in a car accident, or something. They might not be there the next day. So, Doug West, I want to say rest in peace. You're with God now. Just enjoy eternity in heaven. Rest in peace, Doug. You were a good man and a good person. Thank you for the tribute that you've done to this world. Once again, R.I.P. Doug. Rest in peace, Doug. Bridget, I'm sorry for your loss, and all of Doug's friends and family and former coworkers, fans of his channel, whatever. I'm also sorry for your loss. Once again, rest in peace, Doug.